Hello guys, hello guys, hello guys, and welcome to my first PvP competitive clicker games real video thing here. Made this channel to have an area where I could focus on the clicking games that I really like, that involves clicking against other people, because yeah, I like that. I really do like that. I can see I need to nudge my recording area just a bit in terms of future videos, so that is definitely like the first thing I need to think about. What I'm sharing today here is a bit of a compilation on my football clicker videos during the playoffs here, with 3 trophies so far. So this is like me crushing it towards the 4th championship, and let me just be honest about it, guys, this game is insane. This is probably the toughest competitive clicking game I have played so far, like ever. It gets so insanely hard, at least for me, after the 2nd championship. The competition is just insane, and I think every other battle I can only win if I use my playbook. But then when I use my playbook, it gets insanely easy. So it is the game, I think right now, the stage I'm in, it's pretty weird, because either I get whooped like crazy, obviously because others are doing the playbook. Status on the team at this point here, I know this is a little delayed really compared to the right now stuff, but that's really what happens when you go compilation style, and I wanted to do that with this video because of the fact that I am using the playbook so often to progress. It's like a 20-minute thing in between each winning battle. Sometimes I do get to win a few battles in a row, but it's a very rare thing. So instead of just sitting losing clicking, I wanted to make a compilation where I show the setup I have been using in different parts of the game to progress. I have mainly been focusing on the offense side. I know that a lot of people favor the defense side in this game. At the start I went about 50-50, just about 50-50 on the offense and the defense, trying to keep everything on a level where nobody would be allowed to just like walk on me because I had no decent defense. What I found out, at least towards the end here, is that offense is really the way for me to go. Having a high valued kicker so that I can take advantage of these things here and just go clicking nuts was really the way for me to progress throughout the entire 3rd championship, after the 3rd championship really, because the amount you're getting in your defense compared to what you can get with your kicker if you have a decent clicking speed was really close to nothing. And the kicker is relatively cheap to upgrade compared to many of the other things, meaning that you can actually scale up your tapping value quite a bit above what you can get defense wise. It also allows you to get through the training area insanely fast. As you can see here, this is not high speeded or anything, this is just me tapping normally with my 2 fingers going through the training phase. And I have to say, if you focus a lot on the passives, or if you focus a lot on the defense, the training days can be crazy long. At least that's like my experience of it, is that training is a killer. 6 days when you're just running passives, for me, just takes for ages, like ages and ages and ages, so boo-hoo really. So yeah, as you can see, posted a bit so that I have my playbook options again. It does not look as if I need them this time around, so that's just cool stuff really. Sometimes what you need to notice about some, at least, of the playbook things, the extra point, the ball deflation, the blitz, the hurry up, is that they last 20 seconds. So you actually have a 10-second buffer where you can evaluate how's this game. So often what I do is around like 23-24 seconds left of the battle, I enable them if I feel like I need the boost in this particular match against the other player. I have not yet been in a battle where I was surprised by the other player doing that, which is a bit surprising. And it's like, I see a lot of people just start out using them, and then there is no surprise effect. Sometimes I do that as well, when it's like I need to do this or I lose. But the more I've been playing the game, the more I'm trying to use the playbook options a bit smarter by only pushing a little in the games where I actually need it, and only not necessarily using all the options. So yeah, yay, SMS time. That's what happens when you're using your phone. Some of the things I've also had to cut out, like phone calls and stuff like that. But dudes, championship time, the 4th championship, and things just get crazy tough in this game. I mean, like crazy. As you can see here, I have no chance to win this. I rake in the playbook options. We're going like even, taking the lead, which is good because I know I'm gonna be dropping down after the playbook stuff ends, meaning that there will be a small time where the opponent can gain on me once again because I won't be benefiting from the playbook options. So it's a pretty close one, this one. I cannot build up and my opponent is increasing on me, but I do manage to win in the 4th championship here, the 2018 World Championship, with no retiring players, which is amazing because when I won the 3rd one, I lost 3 players, and that was pretty beep expensive for me. So this is how the team looked when I completed the 4th championship. I've been doing a lot of cleaning in it every day, just removing the least active ones, not really based on from a day-to-day basis, but more based on who does not really appear to be raking in any kind of medals whatsoever. I am gonna be doing it a bit more harshly now. Things are getting pretty tough in the game, and I'm thinking it's relatively easy to get the first 50 medals. Not 50, I meant 15, but like after that it gets insanely tough. And I think I need to start scooping the team to the point where if you don't have in the range of 20 medals, then I'm going to have to free up the space for other players, because the game only gets tougher from this point on, really. Starting out here in week 1, really close battle here. This is like pure clicking against another player at the start of the season 2019. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. I have a lot of money, so I could have gone more upgrade style. Obviously, I view every kind of ad that I can to get these bonuses, because the medals, that's really what it comes down to when we are talking about the high score, where our team is currently number 2 in the world. So that is pretty insane, considering how new every one of us is to this game. Still, with my setup, I'm able to get through the training days pretty easily, have a decent amount of money. As you can see here, had a try that I didn't really go anywhere with, so that was a bit of a shame. Still working on getting really to the 5th World Championship, and it's a tough one, guys. This is really a tough one. Some of the players I'm up against, they have like 100 times more defense than I can rake up in offense, meaning that there are a lot of players that have been grinding this area, just letting, like, if you let the game run out of the training period, you just rake in the passive income. You don't close the game because you get nothing when the game is closed. Like, you come in and you have, yay, congratulations, you got 2 million. If you leave the game lying on the table for 5 minutes, you have like 10 or something like that. So that is how you rake in the passive money in this game. It is by having the game open. No chance to win this, really, as things are looking here, and this is really what I'm up against. I'm just unable to like scoop through most of these battles. I'm not like a sucker for sharing too many losing games, but I also kind of wanted to show you guys like the type of battles you sometimes come up against here, and I've had loads of those battles where I just can't break through because the amount of grinding that has been put into the defense is just insane. So a lot of passive players just going defense style, expecting their defense to be so high that it turns into an offense, and it works. I don't think the game is fun that way. I don't want to be doing that. I had a lot of games like this where the game just lags insanely. You can see the balls are not even moving. You can't see the animation behind them and the money, but it's like the game is just lagging like insane amounts of crazy lag. So I just tap like crazy, hoping that it registers the majority of the taps, and often I do end up winning those battles, but it's not a rule really. So that's a bit annoying because often the numbers also don't really update, especially the opponent ones. So those battles are super annoying. I'm not sure why the game is doing it that much. It is not something I experienced before starting on the 5th championship build-up, but here things are just going crazy. I have this thesis about it being possibly when I'm against people using auto clickers, registering so many clicks possibly bugs the game somehow, but that's just really a thesis, and I know it's not a very positive one about other players, but it is one thing that could explain like why things suddenly start lagging so much if clicks are just going ballistic. Those of us that have played with macros know how it can stall a game, so that could be really something that affects both sides of the play. Don't know if that is the case. Could also just be crazy pants lag. Then it is what it is really, but yeah, it's an option anyway. So this is closing in on where my small compilation ends. I'm still working on the championship, hoping to get there today or tomorrow. It is a crazy grind in these levels here. I'm sure you guys can relate. A lot of you guys are really also moving close up to where I am now, and as you can see, a game like this here, I was crazy behind. Pop in the extra points. That's 100% per tap, meaning that if you have a high kicker, you get crazy pants for that option. The 10% PPS and the quarterback PPS 100%. They kind of stack pretty nicely, meaning that if you have a good quarterback, you get like both 100 and then a 10% of the doubled. So that's also a pretty cool combo. So far, how I read this game is really the kicker is crazy important, the quarterback crazy important. Besides that, just trying to level out things so people will not be allowed to just walk on me, and so that the passives do help out during the training days, because it's always nice when you don't just have to crush it click-wise. So that was the end status really of the team at the time of the recording here. As I said, things are looking even better for us now than they were before. We are still on a 2nd place here, just off the Redskins, with quite a few people really trying to crush it and get up there. So we have just about 3 days left, and I really hope that you guys have even more clicking power in you. It would be crazy cool and amazing to form this and just crush it on a first place the first time around that we do it. So guys, that was pretty much my first small compilation video here. As always, thank you very much for watching.